Well, many here in West Michigan are or have been experiencing food insecurity due to the coronavirus pandemic, but it's not a new phenomenon.
Yeah, so joining us to tell us more, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan Health and Wellness Media spokesperson Shane Theopello. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So first, tell us just a little bit. You actually just recently joined Blue Cross Blue Shield. Tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved.
Well, I just moved here from Knoxville, Tennessee. I actually studied public health nutrition at the University of Tennessee. So this topic of food insecurity is near and dear to my heart, a big reason why I got into nutrition in general. I'm so excited to move here. This time of the year is so beautiful. It's just wonderful time. This fall season is starting and I love it so far.
So what is your plans for helping to improve the health and the well-being of folks here in West Michigan?
Well, I think it's so important for people to understand what the resources are out there. A lot of people are finding themselves in a position where they've never been in, being food insecure. And so, with furloughs and unemployment and just decreased work hours, we're seeing people financially affected by the pandemic. And food is definitely one of those things that people are having to prioritize. It can be, it can vary from just not really knowing where your next meal is coming from and going hungry to just having decreased healthy foods and variability.
And let's just talk a little bit more about the reality, that families are facing. I think especially right now, unless you're touched by it, maybe you work with other organizations that help those that are food insecure, you really don't realize how many families need that.
Oh my goodness, you are so right. And I mean, in Kent County, for example, pre-pandemic, we saw about 11% of people, going hungry, and that's increased by 5%. That's something we're seeing all across Michigan. Food pantries are noticing this effect. We're seeing 40% more attendance at food pantries than we were last year. And so it's definitely something that is having an effect not only on individuals, but as a system as well.
What can people do if they need some help?
Well, there are so many things that you can do. There are a lot of resources out there. Findafoodpantry.org is a great one. There are actually over 3,000 food pantries in Michigan serving the 83 counties. And so you can look yourself up by your address or zip code to find one near you. Another thing to consider is just it's not something you've considered before, but there are a lot of resources out there where you can get some financial assistance to get the food that you need for you and your family.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
All right, guys.